What's going on, guys? It's Jake Mario here with another episode of Initial Thoughts, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Uprising DLC for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I'm going to be talking about the Uprising map pack, much like I did with Revolution for Black Ops 2 a couple months ago, in that I'm going to be splitting it into two parts. The first part, which is this one, is going to be covering the multiplayer aspect of it, and then in a couple days I'm going to do a second part which talks about all the zombie stuff. So, coming right into this, the Uprising map pack was released for the Xbox 360 on April 16th, 2013, and a month later on May 16th, 2013, for the PlayStation 3 and the PC. This is because of Activision's exclusivity deal with Microsoft, which pretty much means that every piece of new content that comes to any Call of Duty games since I believe it was the original Black Ops, or maybe, I think it was actually month or two, they come to the Xbox 360 1 month before they go to the other platforms, which is really annoying. I feel really bad for the PS3 and PC people, because I actually, and me and my friends had to wait a week to get the Battlefield 3 DLC, which was released on PS3 a week early, and then it came to the Xbox 360 and the PC later on. But that was only 1 week, and we were really mad about that. And I just can't imagine what it feels like to have to wait a month for new DLC to come out. And especially, I'll get into the whole what platform I'm going to be choosing for next gen, but I'm really disappointed about all the exclusivity deals that Microsoft has, because I think that I really wish that all of the platforms were treated almost equally, and all the new DLC, people got them at the same time. It was all fair like that, but of course it's not a perfect world or anything, and it's just for all the money stuff. I find it hard to believe that Activision would just release the DLC on Xbox 360 first, just from the good of their hearts. And I know that Microsoft probably paid them millions or maybe even billions of dollars to release it early. But this isn't a rant about exclusivity and stuff, but and so I'm just going to keep talking about the Uprising DLC. It is $15 or 1,200 Microsoft points, depending on your platform. They're actually going to be phasing out Microsoft points on the Xbox One, which is nice, so you won't have to do any of that converting anymore. I understand it, but I think for some people it may be confusing. All you need to know is that it is $15 across all platforms, but just the Microsoft One side of it is formatted a little bit differently. It includes 4 new multiplayer maps, as well as a zombie map, but we'll get into the zombie stuff and then in the second part. The unfortunate part, well, with comparing Uprising to Revolution, is that it does not include a new weapon. Revolution included the Peacekeeper SMG, and that was really cool. It added some more progression to the game, and it kept me a little bit more interested in the weapon side of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And I think that this map pack has a little less value than Revolution, obviously, because you don't have a weapon that's added on. Treyarch actually came out and said that that was actually a one-time deal, so we're not going to be getting any more weapons with the map packs anymore, seeing we have 3 and 4 left, which will probably come out sometime this summer. They're probably not going to include any weapons or anything. So the Peacekeeper, although that was cool, we're not going to see that anymore. Maybe in Call of Duty Ghosts it'll become a regular thing, but for right now you're just getting the 4 maps and the Zombies map. So the multiplayer maps, the names of them, and then I'll talk about them, include Vertigo, Encore, Magma, and Studio. Now, as you probably will see in this gameplay, I have a lot of Studio. That's just because when it comes out up in rotation, people choose it a lot. So that's cool for somebody who likes like action and stuff, because the map is good. But as a YouTuber like me, when I need gameplay, for all the maps, it's a little annoying to have to play Studio over and over again. But I try to space them out pretty equally, so you can get you don't just watch the same Studio clips over and over and over again. But first, let's talk about Vertigo. Now, the moment I saw Vertigo, I immediately thought of Overwatch from Modern Warfare 3, which was the 3rd map released during the content season for that game back last year. And I think, although the maps do look almost identical in terms of the layout of them, they're both on a skyscraper, and you can both fall off the map on all the sides. They play out very differently. So Vertigo, unlike Overwatch, has one singular center area, where in Overwatch, it was kind of all around the map. There's just this one huge choke point in the middle of the map where pretty much a lot of the fighting takes place. But I think Vertigo is a pretty good map. It's probably not my favorite in this DLC, but I think it is still pretty fun. Like I said, you can fall off the map. I've only played it in team deathmatch, but it's just a lot of close quarters. There's one like area on the map which is a very long sightline where people usually snipe, and that's where a lot of the standoffs come in. There's actually doors that'll open up when you get close, which kind of lets the map kind of play out a little bit differently. And then there's a lot of like shortcuts and jumps and stuff, which is really cool, and it keeps things interesting with like flanking routes and stuff. And I think that the design of the map itself is really cool, and I definitely enjoyed playing on Vertigo. Like I said, not my favorite map, but still all around a very good map right here. You're just seeing a little bit of gameplay on it. And falling off the map isn't a huge deal. There are some areas where you kind of have to watch your step, but you're not just going to be falling off the map every like few seconds. And I've maybe in the time I was recording, I don't know if I included the clip or not, but maybe I saw two, maybe even one or two people fall off the map. So really, if you watch your step, it's not going to be a very big deal. The next map is Encore. Now Encore is set in Britain, and it's pretty much a stage, like a performance-like stage with the seats around it. You can go like behind the stage and kind of around the park. You can't actually really go in the seats. It's really behind in this like different area, or you're not actually in the seats. You're kind of like behind or in front in like the concession stand area. So if you saw screenshots and you thought you're going to be like able to just like take cover behind like the hundreds of seats around the map, you'd be mistaken. I think that this map is really cool. The center stage is, although Treyarch talked about it a lot in their behind the scenes video for Uprising. They said that it was like the major like choke point. I really did not experience that much fighting there. Usually you see someone sniping there once or twice, but most of the time it takes place in this area, as you can see in the gameplay right now, behind the stands / in front of the stands. And we face off in this little building that can look over the map, and you definitely want to control that, but then of course you have to look out because there's like there's cover on the stage where snipers usually take cover. It's a very I'd say it's a very medium engagement map. It's not as close range as Vertigo. There's just a lot of long range engagements, but not too long. So you can use a sniper a little bit, but this is definitely not really a sniper map. More of a assault rifle and long range SMG type map. I haven't really seen a lot of shotguns. Although there are some buildings like where I just entered where you can use the shotgun. You're really going to be at a disadvantage if you use the shotgun. But I definitely say Encore is a pretty good map, and it's not as good as some of the other maps in the game because I'm more of a close range person. Although you've seen me using an assault rifle a couple times in this gameplay, I really use the MSMC a lot when I recorded a lot of this stuff. So not my favorite map, but I think for people who like kind of the medium to long range engagements, they'll definitely prefer it. Next is Magma. This has to be probably my least favorite map out of the DLC. It just seems very boring in terms of just what goes on. It seems just like a very normal map. Although they did talk about the lava in the behind the scenes video, like spilling out and like destroying a lot of like areas, so you couldn't get like, you would have to like change your route. I really did not see that at all. Maybe a little bit, but I wish it would have been a little bit more drastic. Like an entire like area would have been completely cut off, and you had to find a different way. But that's not how it plays out. And in terms of navigating around the lava, it's actually really easy. I never really got stuck on it, and if you just watch where you step, it's really not a big deal. You're not going to die a lot. So really, it's not like it's a bad map. It's a medium to close range map. I just didn't. It felt very just like a normal map, and a lot of these other maps felt very new and with some new ideas. But Magma, I thought that they could have gone a little bit further with the whole lava thing, because I think if they would have used it correctly, that would have been a really cool system. But they just didn't add it in as much as I wish they would have, and just for that, it's just kind of an all-around boring map. And then finally, the map that everybody was looking forward to, Studio. Now, Studio is a remake of Firing Range from the original Black Ops, and I have to say this is my favorite map. Just a lot of close-range engagements. This is a great area to use the SMG, and if you know Firing Range, it's like, although it looks differently, it's pretty much a different like movie-inspired like areas around the entire map. Like you got a pirate area, like an alien area, a dinosaur area, and then a like a like a mini city area, Wild West area, and a lot of other things. It's a very fast-paced map, and it's identical to the original firing range from Black Ops 2. So all of the stairs are in the same area and such. So I definitely really enjoyed it a lot, and by far my favorite map in the entire DLC. I think some people may be turned off to it because they've already played it so much in firing range Black Ops 1. But I didn't really play that game that much, so for me it was moderately new, and I think for somebody who hasn't played the original Black Ops since Black Ops 2 came out, it would have been a really it's a pretty good map. So all in all, I think that Uprising continues the trend of really quality map packs for Black Ops 2. Like I said, it's $15 if you don't have the season pass, but if you have the season pass, it's completely free. So obviously, I uploaded this really late, so you probably already own it if you're a hardcore Black Ops 2 fan. But for somebody who just wants to maybe purchase one map pack, although you're not getting as much bang for your buck as Revolution with like the absence of a new weapon. I think all in all the maps for what they are really fun, and most of them besides Magma I was really impressed with, and I would definitely continue playing them. I would really recommend this DLC to pretty much everyone who likes playing Black Ops 2, although they aren't drastically new. They don't introduce a huge amount of new ideas. I think they're really creative in the locations and the whole setup of them. And it's really exciting. I probably put in more time to the Uprising DLC, more time than the Revolution DLC, just because I think the maps are just a little bit better in my opinion, and just more fast-paced and a little bit more fun. I mainly played these maps on Team Deathmatch, so I can't really tell you about the domination points or anything like that. But in terms of Team Deathmatch or any normal game types, they're really cool to play on. So that's pretty much the end of the part one of my initial thoughts of Uprising for Black Ops 2. Stay tuned. In a couple days I'm going to have the Zombies part uploaded where we talk about the new Zombies map and everything about that. But in terms of the multiplayer, that's pretty much it. So if you guys like this video, please thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.